Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bibi Babatunde-Ikotun. I'm a faith and lifestyle content creator living in Ontario, Canada. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, you're welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, shout out to you. You're the best. So recently I've gotten a lot of new subscribers, and you guys might not really know much about me, and I wanted to do a quick random video. So these are 15 random, very random things about me, and I think it will help you get to know me better and also get you to see that this is kind of person I am, and you'll probably laugh. But before we go, just smash that like button, because you know it's gonna be a fun video, so you might as well get that out of the way and like, and please leave your comment. I don't bite, I want to see your comment. So let's get right into the video. So random thing number one. When I was a kid, I ate a whole bar of green soap. I don't even remember those green soap when we were growing up. I ate a whole bar. My mom was doing laundry, and I was like, when you're little, she was like hand washing, doing laundry, and I was like put on the floor on the sides to like play, and like she turned around for a minute, and I had like eaten a whole bar of laundry soap, green. It didn't smell nice. Like, my mom was so terrified. I think she had to give me like activated charcoal so that way I don't like die of like poison, because I was like, what, 2.5 or 3. So my mom still tells that story to it, like, oh my god, baby scared me. And my sister actually told me that there was another time that she was doing laundry, because my sister is like 8 years older than me, and I ate part of a dead lizard. Like, yeah, I've eaten stuff. That's so that's a random thing you should know about me. The second random thing about me is that when I got married back in 2019, I actually had 3 bridal showers. Not 1, not 2, 3 bridal showers in 3 different countries. I had my first bridal shower in the United States, because I used to live there, and I had friends and people who cared about me there, and they weren't going to be traveling to Nigeria for my wedding, so they planned a nice, it wasn't a surprise, it was a nice bridal shower for me. I flew down to the US, had a nice weekend, at time with my friend. It's actually a YouTube video that I posted, and that video has been doing so well, even like what, 3-4 years later. My second bridal shower was here in Toronto. A couple of people that were my friends from church, my personal life, they came together and threw me it wasn't a surprise, a bridal shower at a restaurant in Richmond Hill, right? And it was pretty interesting. I had a good time. The cake was delicious, everything went well. Like, my friends did the best. Then my last bridal shower was actually a surprise, and this was when I was in Nigeria. I mean, I'd already told my sisters, like, listen, I've already had 2 bridal showers, I don't need a third one. Like, it's okay, it's enough. But when I got to Nigeria, apparently they had planned with my husband. One of my sisters almost ruined it, because she was fighting my other sister, and she was like calling me as per like I'm the family beef squasher. So she was calling me to like vent, like, we're here doing decoration. And so Busaya, like, because my phone was connected to car, Busaya then cut the call, so I was confused. But I didn't still get it, because it was a long day. We had our photo shoot, different things happened that day, so I didn't even know it was my bridal shower. But I got there, and it was a really nice surprise at a Chinese restaurant. We had a good time. So that is the second random fact about me. Third random thing about me is I haven't cleaned a bathroom since November 2020. I do not do well with cleaning. I am not a cleaning person. Like, cleaning is not my forte. If you ask me to clean, I'll probably start crying, and this is perhaps because of my experiences growing up as a middle child. I did a lot of cleaning. And it's funny thing, like, if you ask my sisters, they will have a contrary opinion, because you know how our experiences are different, even though we had ones that experienced it. So I don't like cleaning. Like, if I finish cooking, my husband knows that I'm just gonna leave everything. It will do the dishes, clean out the kitchen. So I haven't cleaned a bathroom in like since November of 2020. Even when I was living with my friend Azzy, like, she used to do most of the cleaning. I just like, don't worry, I'll just cook for us. Is it cooking? I will cook, but I had to do dishes and things like that. But yeah, I'm just so glad I married somebody that loves cleaning. Like, you actually put his AirPods in, listen to music, just be praying around the house while he cleans. He wakes up as early as like 5 a.m. on Saturdays just to clean. Talk about a Proverbs 31 husband while I'm sleeping. So yeah, I don't, just if you want me to clean, I'll just beat me. And it's funny because in the past when I get angry, cleaning is what calms me down, but as I've grown older, I'm just like, nah fam, take that thing away from me. The next thing is, at the age of 11, I ran away from home, and you'll probably be able to relate to this because you probably ran away from home too. Why? I'm a middle child, and oh my god, it can be a lot sometimes. So around that day, I took my little suitcase, I packed all my things. I had like maybe like 1,000 naira. Then I dragged my suitcase around the neighborhood. I actually went and bought an egg, but I thought it was a boiled egg, but apparently it's a raw egg. So when I broke it, was like a raw egg. But I was back home before it was dark, so I don't know who I thought I was deceiving by running away, and they certainly did not feel my absence, which kind of helped to like center me and like remind me that in the grand spectrum of things, I'm not that important, so I should chill and may calm me down. Did you ever run away from home? I feel like this is a very common thing amongst Nigerians. When you're younger, you just like run. Like, it's not a real run away, because I know if we like, based on what we see in like American movies, like run away is a big deal, but like when you're like little, just like take your little suitcase. I'm like, I'm not part of this family again. You people don't love me, you people don't like me, I'm leaving you, la di da di da. Let me know if you ran away. I'll be interested to know my fellow runaways. Okay, so my next fact about me is that my favorite movie genre is thriller. I really like thriller movies, like those kind of things, like, oh, let's say they're trying to like escape from, I don't know if you've seen Escape Room 1 and 2, those kind of things. Like, not horror, there's a difference between horror and thriller. Thriller is like, it to give you a thrill, like so I like movies like that. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen The Invitation on Amazon Prime, just things that spooky, not scary, but spooky enough. I don't like horror, like gory or those kind of things, but like thriller, if you know, you know, if you get it, you get it. So that's my favorite genre. The next thing about me, and this one's my siblings will disagree, but I'm my father's favorite child. I don't care what anybody says, I don't care what my sisters say, I am my father's favorite child, and that's on period. I am daddy's girl. They might not agree, but that's their business. I don't really care. The next random thing you should know about me is that I have actually served in over 10 departments in church through the course of my life, which is why it makes so much sense that I pastor a church right now, because everything that we get to do now, I've had like experience with it in one capacity or another. I've worked in media team, media and projection, I've worked in technical, I've worked in ushering, I've worked in editorial, I've worked in pastoral office, I've worked follow-up, I've worked meeters, greeters, I've worked auction. Like, what haven't I done in it? I've done children's department, I've done Sunday school teacher, I've done a lot. So I've really like being a part of church system, learning. And it's funny because many times when we have these experiences, we just think they're like experiences for like experiences sake. But look at me now, 28-year-old, co-pastoring a church with my husband, and all the skills are coming in handy, and I'm like, hey. So that's really yeah, I think back and I'm like, I'm thankful for those opportunities. I'm thankful that I got a chance to learn. I worked in finance department, which is really helpful now that it's tax receipt season and all of that. So yeah, the next thing I would say, this one you guys may not actually believe, but I can be very socially awkward. And I'm so thankful for the person I married, because when we're in public and like, let's say someone knows me from Twitter and they walk up like, oh my god, Bibi, so good to meet you, I follow you on online, you're this, you're that. Like, in my brain I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like my brain wants to explode, because I'm like, I don't know how to act, I don't know what to be, I don't know what to say. So most times I just like smile and nod and say, it's so good to meet you, da, 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 da. And I always trust my husband to just come in and like kind of like diffuse the situation, because he knows that I feel so socially awkward, and most times I don't talk. So people like, I didn't know you were, I thought like, just because based on my persona, like you're seeing on YouTube right now, like you think, oh, Bibi's a chatterbox, like she'll always talk to people, make people laugh, that kind of thing. But like in reality, I may be more reserved in the corner, pressing my phone, if we're in a group, except if it's like my group of my own people. And even with my own people, most likely in the corner, reserved, pressing my phone, laughing and listening to what other people have to say. I know it's bizarre, it doesn't necessarily fit like the construct I have as a bubbly, larger than life personality that you may think I have, but reality is that I can be socially awkward, and like sometimes I don't just know how to deal with people. Even though people say I'm really good with people, I'm a people person, there's a balance to it. I can't quite explain, but if you get it, you get it. And if you get it, put it in the chat so those that are watching can like kind of connect the dots and see what I'm trying to say. I'm very spiritual. I'm very spiritual, but I will not pass as religious to a lot of people. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, you know, there's some certain people that before they eat, they have to like pray over their food and all of that. Am I saying it's a bad thing? No. Will I pray over my food? Very unlikely. Like, some people pray over their food because of like poisoning, things like that. Some people just say a blessing. I say a blessing sometimes, but not every time, right? And the reason why I wouldn't do that, and people might see me like, I thought you're a Christian, why are you not like praying over your food for eating, is because I walk with that consciousness of my oneness with Christ. Like, Christ lives in me, and the Bible says that they will eat things and it will not harm them. It shall by no means harm them. So I walk with that consciousness. I don't necessarily feel the need to do other certain things. Or like when someone is getting married, you know, when you see like cute Instagram pictures where like the bride kneels down and her friends surround her and they're holding hands and speaking blessings over her. Like, to me that's cute. But if I was on my friend's train and we're about to, like, I would necessarily not be the one to start that, because my mindset is like, we've spoken in tongues all morning when we woke up, we've prayed about this wedding for months. Like, to me, I just see it as a photo op moment. I'm not judging anyone, but someone can see that and I'm like, Bibi, you don't seem very. So there are little things that typical religious people do that I necessarily do not do. Like, even when people make jokes like, oh, are you going down when it's elevator? Yes, I say I'm going down. Like, it does not, because I'm going down in the elevator, how does it relate to my going down with destiny? No, it doesn't, right? Because the context is the elevator going down? Yes, it is going down, and I'm in the elevator. It's going down physically. Spiritually, am I going down? No. So yeah, or even in cases like in my relationships with people, if someone is like telling me about a situation they're going through, I necessarily will not respond with like fire, prayer as my first cause. Like, I'm that kind of person that I do friend first before pastor, and it gets confusing for my friends because many times they want me to like be sending them a billion prayer points when they just told me about like a health diagnosis. No, like, I'll most likely be that kind of person like, how are you feeling, are you okay, what do you want to do about it, before I'll be like, okay, we'll pray about it, we'll fast about it, we'll trust God concerning this situation. And to some people that's just me not being religious enough, and you know what, that's completely okay. And I'm saying this because I met a couple of people and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a pastor, and they're like, you a pastor? Like, no, you don't give me that vibe. And I'm like, why? I'm not like clad, like, I'm not inappropriately dressed. Like, there's nothing you can see. Maybe I'm wearing a red lipstick, I have fake nails on, like, I have beautiful, like, if you look at me, you can't just judge and say I'm not a Christian or I'm not a pastor. So I get that a lot, and I'm just like, oh yeah, my husband has the more pastoral look, and even at that, he doesn't really have the pastoral look because of his hair, and he doesn't wear suit. And you know what? That's okay. We don't really mind. Like, it's not like our call is not an external validation. It's God that validates everybody. Last. So the next random thing you should know about me is that I was the first person to have a boyfriend in secondary school. I had a boyfriend like in JSS 2 or JSS 3. I will not say his name because I don't want you guys to go Google him. But I was first person to have a boyfriend in my set. And it was pretty interesting because, and I was not a bad girl. Like, it's not as if I was being touched inappropriately or we're doing anything physically. No. But we had a lot of cute lovey-dovey feelings, which is why I laugh at myself. Like, oh, if I have a child, I'll say they can't date until they're 18. I'm like, huh. First of all, like, the kind of parents they will have, like me and my husband, like, they're going to come into the concept of romantic love at a very young age, and the best thing you can just do is like guide them and give them guardrails on how they can go about like romantic relationship, and also most importantly give them the gospel, right? Give them the spirit of God, so that way they can make good decisions for themselves, like not forcing it. Like, at the end of the day, my children are not responsible for my reputation management. They are human beings, and I'm very cognizant of that because I'm a pastor's kid, and many times people try to like impose their opinions and perspective on me when I was growing up. But I would make sure my children feel comfortable in themselves to be themselves and experience life and grow in their faith and have a relationship with Jesus and live out that relationship with Jesus, and most importantly make their own mistakes where and when they can. I can't prevent them from making mistakes. Least I can do is guide them, protect them, and let them know that I am there for them. Most importantly, train them up in righteousness and make them disciples of Jesus Christ, because that's it's a privilege. So yeah, next thing you should know about me is that I actually started teaching Sunday school at a very young age. I started teaching Sunday school from like JSS 3, and so I was like, what, maybe 12, maybe 12, 13 or thereabouts. It was really nice. I remember one time I was in a boardroom and we used to meet every Saturday to just go through our materials before teaching your Sunday school class. That was like back when I was in boarding school in IB. And that was really rewarding, right? Teaching the word of God. I don't know what I knew then, but I guess I knew enough than others to teach. So that was kind of like my introduction to like teaching ministry, and it was pretty cool. I think it was very rewarding. I enjoyed it. Next thing you should know is that I shamelessly wear my husband's clothes. In fact, this sweater that I'm putting on right now belongs to my husband. Like, if he's even wearing any crew neck, my gray crew neck, my pink crew, and it belongs to my husband. And he has given up at this point, so we just wear it together. It's our clothes. I'm sure in his mind, he'll be like, I wish I could wear your dresses, so you just know how it feels to take my clothes. So yeah, we're part of those people that wear our spouse's clothes. Don't worry, if you're a big girl like me, it will have hoodie, and hoodies are always oversized. You will have crew necks, and crew necks are always oversized. You will fit, even if it's snug, you will fit. You wear it to enjoy it. So don't feel bad. Don't feel bad if you're a big girl, like, oh, I won't be able to relate to wearing my husband's clothes. Don't feel bad. Just marry, like, you'll be fine. You wear his clothes, you'll be tired. Glory. Next thing to know about me is that actually when I was in Babcock University, I became a cautionary tale for parents not wanting to allow their children go for like field trips and things like that, because I had a car accident that kept me hospitalized for 6 months. I'll put the link somewhere here so you guys can go watch the story time of I had an accident that almost killed me and gave me scars. So that was pretty interesting. The next random thing you should know about me, I have never had a flat stomach in my life. Even when I was skinny, size 4, size 6, I mean when I was much younger, I still had a tummy. In fact, they used to call me balloon when I was in secondary school, which when I think about it, that was very abusive and toxic. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I've never had a flat tummy. I can't relate to what it feels like to have a tummy. I've always had a belly. I've always had a weak belly, no matter my size. And yeah, people in secondary school are not the kindest, which is okay, because a lot of people didn't have bellies even though they were slim. I was slim, but I had a belly. I've always had a belly. I don't know if I'll ever, I don't know if I'll, no, actually I know I will never not have a belly. The belly is doing what it's meant to be doing. The belly is bellying. That's the most important thing. Next thing I want you to know about me is that I actually spent 6 months abroad when I was in university. I think this was my 200 level. The abroad is Togo, so we're still abroad. Abroad is anything across the border. So I did 6 months of school abroad in Togo. We went to learn French. And it's so funny because when I was there for that 6 months, I was good. Like, I was proficient in French. Like, I had conversations in French. I wasn't speaking English then, but that in fact when I called home to check on home, like, I couldn't switch from English to French. So I spoke French for like that whole period. Even when I came back, it was hard to adjust to like speaking English. But now, je ne comprends pas français. Daddy, sorry I wasted your money. That's all I have to say. So yeah, now you know, I think 14 or 15 random things about me. Which ones can you relate to? Which ones did you think was interesting to know? Which one would you ask me about when you meet me in person? Those are the questions I have for you. So if you've watched up until this point, I want to say a big shout out to you. Thank you for watching. Please share this video to your Twitter, your Facebook, your Instagram story, your WhatsApp status. Let other people to enjoy this video that you just watched. I will see you next time. Bye. And don't forget, God is not angry with you. Mwah.